Hello everyone, and welcome to my Young and Restless official. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Billy Abbott will conceal a secret agreement, according to the Young and the Restless recap for Tuesday, March 25th, while Sally Spectre cautions him against putting his faith in Aristotle Dumas. At home, Sally will wonder why Aristotle has been attempting to contact Billy, who will continue to dodge and joke. Billy will say that Aristotle's aide contacted him before Aristotle called himself because it will only increase Sally's suspicions. Billy will pretend that Aristotle would want to invest in Abbott Communications and will bring up the fact that Aristotle supported him following Victor Newman's intervention in the Chancellor takeover. Sally will guess that Aristotle is unreliable since she still doesn't understand why he would be contacting Billy at this late hour. Billy will continue to act foolish, but he will surreptitiously call Aristotle later to make sure the exchange of ideas they discussed is proceeding. Aristotle sent Damian Kane to incorporate himself into the Winters family because of their company. Victor will warn Lily Winters in the meantime. Victor will also assert that 3 months ago, Dumas gave Damian information about Lily and Devon Winters. On Tuesday's YNR episode, Lily will update Devon on her newfound knowledge and clarify that they were correct to be suspicious of Damian. As Devon breaks the news that Amy Lewis is returning to Genoa City with Damian and Nate Hastings, there will also be some discussion about how well her initial therapy is going. Now that the captive drama is gone, Sharon Newman and Phyllis Summers will be unsure of what to do at Crimson Lights. Sharon will take Phyllis to the park and give her a chance to breathe once she mentions the need to do so. When it comes to the title of Worst Adversary, Phyllis will imply that Christine Williams will always hold it. Although Sharon won't be certain, she will eventually say that since they share so many loved ones, it would be a shame to fight with Phyllis. Although Phyllis is prepared to put their animosity aside on the clinic floor, it remains unclear how they will do so. Phyllis will feel less alone, though, because Sharon experienced the same thing. Sharon will make a joke about trying couples therapy when she and Phyllis go out to society for cocktails. After they agree to take small measures toward peace, Phyllis and Sharon will eventually toast each other. According to teasers for The Young and the Restless, Sharon and Phyllis may experience some difficulties in the future, so keep an eye out. According to spoilers for The Young and the Restless, Alan Laurent traveled to Paris in order to organize Tracy Abbott's surprise. However, given that Ashley Abbott is still in Paris and Alan is not acting like himself, this might be problematic. Is Ashley once more in danger from Martin Laurent? Alan Laurent and Tracy Abbott's plans were abruptly altered. He went off to get a commercial ticket while Tracy made arrangements for the Abbott jet to take her and Alan to Paris. Alan asked Tracy to meet him in a few days because he had a surprise for her. Tracy was perplexed, though, because they were meant to be organizing their wedding. What is going on with Alan at the moment? After Alan proposed, Tracy believed they were in agreement until she noticed those messages on his phone. Tracy was worried, but Alan gave the impression that she was prying. Then, Alan left town as soon as he could, or did he? To process what transpired at the clinic, Alan needs time away from Tracy. Is he really still in Genoa City? Alan damage control is Lauren's responsibility. Alan's mousetrap has been broken by Sharon Newman and Phyllis Summers. Regretfully, that was not intended to happen. Alan had set up the room so that it would fill with oxygen, killing them both if they approached too closely. But because of Billy Abbott and Nick Newman, things didn't work out as expected. Given that he is aware that he has already caused Ashley's deed to emerge, Alan might be attempting to obtain her if he did travel to Paris. Phyllis and Sharon didn't let Alan's attempts to cause them comparable problems work, at least not until they managed to get away. But Phyllis appears to be having a lot of trouble maintaining her sanity at the moment. Ashley Abbott experiences near-normal feelings. Ashley told her kid that while she felt almost normal, she wasn't. Ashley hasn't returned to her usual self despite spending so much time in therapy. Martin's manipulation of her mind was simply too much. Would Alan be able to spot her weakness and pursue her once more? Will Ashley's head be tampered with by Martin once more? Will Tracy come to her senses and leave Alan before it's too late? In order to conceal his secret for some grand scheme that fans haven't seen yet, may Alan wind up locking Tracy up with Ashley? Before the truth is revealed, it appears that May Sweeps might be involved. By then, what else will Tracy know about her fiancé? For all things YNR, come here. For news, spoilers, and updates on The Young and the Restless, return frequently. According to spoilers for the week of March 24, 2025, there are 3 must-see scenes on The Young and the Restless. Fans can anticipate that Sharon Newman will assist Tracy Abbott in making the connections. Phyllis Summers and Sharon find themselves in an odd situation. Devin Hamilton Winters also receives unsettling news. Let's discuss the upcoming events in the CBS soap opera as you continue reading. The mysteries of Tracy Abbott as the identity of the person who had abducted Sharon and Phyllis was eventually made public. Fans watched. Alan Loran was identified. It's unclear whether Alan is indeed Martin Loran or if he suffers from some kind of mental condition. If the latter, Alan most certainly passed away that terrible night in Paris rather than his identical brother. Not until lately, following the marriage proposal, did Tracy detect anything strange. It started when Nick Newman and Billy Abbott saved Sharon and Phyllis. While Alan was out of the room, the clinic's security warning began to blare on his phone. Tracy looked to see what was on the phone without snooping, which was a serious security lapse at the clinic. Alan's cover narrative was poor, and his response to it is questionable even if it were genuine. Sharon Newman's proficiency in fact, Sharon, of all persons, assists the author in making the connections later in the week. Fans remember that Alan was the one who abducted Sharon and Phyllis in addition to being Tracy's fiancé. Sharon may therefore experience her own epiphany when Tracy discusses her lover's strange actions. However, Jack Abbott starts to worry for Tracy's safety by the end of the week. Could the new trial site be Paris, where the villain is spending a few days in order to prepare a special surprise? Phyllis Summers' odd location. Speaking about Sharon, she will end up in an unfamiliar situation with Phyllis. However, this may not be literally true. The experience of Sharon and Phyllis has somewhat altered their chemistry. Despite having to rely on one another for survival, they nonetheless despise one another. It's a complex position, then. It might seem that Phyllis or Sharon would just relocate to a nearby town in order to avoid one another, but this isn't the case. Exeter Hamilton Winters' unsettling finding. Devin's unsettling discovery is another must-see scene on The Young and the Restless. That coincides with Victor Newman giving Lily Winters information. That information most likely relates to Aristotle Dumas and Damien Kane. Although the identity of this Dumas individual is unknown, Victor informs Michael Baldwin that he had a past relationship with the enigmatic individual. Updates and spoilers for The Young and the Restless hint that Lily Winters and Damien Kane's love may be in jeopardy. What if Damien's covert business associate is Kane Ashby, Lily's ex-husband and the father of her children? Kane was a well-liked figure. A few years ago, from 2007 to 2019, Kane was a popular character on the CBS soap drama. Fans fell in love with this former scammer who became entrepreneur, especially because of his relationship with Lily. 5 years have passed since his last appearance, so this is the ideal time for him to make a dramatic return. When YNR fans last saw Kane, he had gone out to find his father, Colin Atkinson, who had tried to steal Devin Winters' estate. Although there have been no developments on Colin or Kane since then, there is still a chance that he will return, and it might happen much sooner than anticipated. Who might be Damien's covert business associate? Aristotle Dumas, Damien's enigmatic business partner who has not yet been cast, has recently attracted a lot of attention. Theories abound among fans, especially the notion that Aristotle might be a figure from Genoa City's past. Many think it could be Kane. The plot would take an exciting turn and set the stage for dramatic events if Kane is revealed to be Damien's secret partner. Kane, who was once a prominent member of Genoa City's economic community, was shunned because of his dubious past. But if he is Aristotle, he might be in great demand, as the Chancellor, the Winters, and the Newmans would all want to work with him. Lane has another chance? Kane's personal life poses a different problem. He is determined to win back his ex-wife, Lily, even though he is ready to regain his professional success. But Lily and Damien are currently dating seriously, and when Damien learns that Kane is her ex-husband, he will be in a difficult situation. He will have to decide whether to keep up his relationship with Kane or pursue his infatuation with Lily. Kane's unexpected homecoming will surprise Lily, who strongly insisted that they should go on and not rekindle their romance when they last met. Will Lily forego a promising new relationship for the opportunity to rekindle her old feelings, though, as Kane's presence is certain to arouse lingering feelings? Billy Abbott's secret deal and Sally's warning. Sally Spectra's instincts were on high alert the moment she noticed Billy Abbott's phone lighting up with yet another call from Aristotle Dumas. The name alone sent a chill down her spine, something about the way Billy's jaw tightened when he dismissed it as just business didn't sit right. "Sally, why is Aristotle suddenly blowing up your phone? Last I checked, you two weren't exactly golf buddies." Billy chuckled, swirling his whiskey with forced nonchalance. "Relax, Spectra. He's just feeling out investment opportunities. Abbott Communications could use a powerhouse backer after the Chancellor Winter's mess." Sally's eyes narrowed. "And you trust him? The same guy who swooped in like a vulture when Victor destabilized Chancellor?" "Billy, this reeks of a setup." Billy's grin didn't reach his eyes. "Darlin', since when did you get so cynical?" Sally, folding her arms, "Since I learned the hard way that everyone in Genoa City has an angle. Including you." The tension between them crackled, but Billy deflected with a kiss to her forehead. "I'll be careful. Promise." Yet, the second Sally left for her design studio, Billy dialed Aristotle. "Billy, lowered voice, we're on. But if this backfires, I'm throwing you under the Newman Enterprises bus myself." Victor's warning to Lily, Damien's betrayal. Victor Newman's office was a fortress of secrets, and today's bombshell was delivered with calculated precision. "Victor, leaning forward, Aristotle Dumas fed Damien Kane intel on you and Devon 3 months ago. This was never about family, it was a takeover strategy." Lily Winter's stomach dropped. "You're sure?" Victor, sliding a file across the desk. "Michael verified it. Damien's reconnection was staged. And if Dumas is pulling strings, this is just the beginning." Lily's mind raced to Devon. By the time she stormed into his penthouse, her voice was steel. "Lily, Damien's working for Dumas. He played us." Devon's face darkened. "Then we cut him out. But first, we find out what Dumas really wants." Sharon and Phyllis, fragile truce. The park bench was an unlikely peace treaty. Phyllis exhaled sharply, gripping the wood like it might anchor her. "Phyllis, I spent decades hating you. Now I owe you my life. How the hell does that math work?" Sharon watched a leaf flutter between them. "Maybe it doesn't have to. We don't have to be friends. Just, not enemies." Phyllis's laugh was bitter. "Tell that to Christine Williams. Some rivalries are forever." Sharon, smirking, "Then let's be the exception. For Nick. For Summer. For ourselves." At society, their glasses clinked, a tentative toast. Phyllis, raising an eyebrow. "Couples therapy, huh? Bold move, Rosales." Sharon, grinning. "Baby steps, red. Alan Lawrence Paris scheme, Ashley in peril?" Tracy Abbott's fingers trembled as she reread Alan's text, "Meet me in 3 days. Surprise awaits. Jack, entering, you look like you've seen a ghost." Tracy, horse, what if I'm marrying one? Flashback, the clinic security alert on Alan's phone. His too quick dismissal. The way his smile didn't reach his eyes. Jack, gripping her shoulders, "We'll find the truth. But until then, you're not alone." Meanwhile, in Paris, Ashley Abbott stared at her reflection. The face staring back was almost hers, almost. Ashley, whispering, "What did you do to me, Martin?" A shadow moved behind her. Devon's disturbing discovery and Kane Ashby's potential return. Devon's confrontation with Damien was ice cold. Devon, Dumas' puppet. That's all you ever were. Damien, smirking, "Or maybe I'm the one pulling his strings." Later, Lily gasped as Victor's intel revealed a bombshell. Dumas' silent partner was none other than Kane Ashby. Lily, staggered. "No. He wouldn't." Victor, dryly 5 years is a long time to stay gone. Speculative twists and unanswered questions. Billy's double cross, is he playing Dumas to protect Sally, or is he in too deep? Alan/Martin reveal, will Tracy uncover the twin swap before the wedding? Kane's return, could Aristotle Dumas be a front for Kane's revenge on Genoa City's elite? Ashley's did, is Martin still manipulating her from the shadows? Final thoughts. Tuesday's episode wove a masterful web of deception, trauma, and uneasy alliances. With Alan's endgame unclear, Dumas' machinations escalating, and Phyllis/Sharon's fragile peace, the road to May sweeps promises explosive confrontations. Rating 9.5/10, a near-perfect balance of suspense, emotional depth, and long-game storytelling. Would you like me to expand further on Billy/Sally's trust issues with extended flashbacks? Phyllis's PTSD in a solo scene? Kane's potential return with a full backstory breakdown? Victor's history with Dumas as a standalone feature?